Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be looking at some new old stock. I brought this home in early 2018 from Ken's place, and he had a mountain of it. But all sorts of fun stuff. But let's talk a little bit about them. Well, how about a cougar button? Letting you know you have a Grumman-American cougar. Unless you're a woman and you want to put this on and go out in a bar. But that's your call.
We would like to ask you please subscribe, hit the like button, and hit the notify to stay current with our content.
We have some of the original Yankee publications showing you approximate weight, what their charge was for accessories, things like the beacon, the canopy. You can upgrade your instruments and you can upgrade your electronics. And here's where to go to find them, and here's what they're selling for. Standard Yankee, $72.95. Clipper and the Trader. That's the Yankee. Hi, Hopscotch. Hey, pretty boy. You think you're being ignored, I know. Here, let's pull out the little one first. Here's a TR2. That would be the Trainer 2. And again, a little bit about what it is, what it can do, and your standard equipment. Cat just jumped in my lap. Stand by. Now, they produced all of these and they changed them over the years, so you'd get a stack of them, but then you'd get the new prices and Ken would white them out, handwrite in a number, and away you'd go. So here's everything. You notice how the print's getting smaller and they're sticking more in all your optionals. And here's all your avionics. And of course, Grumman-American. And they were still being done up in Bishop, up in Cleveland. So that is the Cheetah. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have these in the company store on grummanpilots.net. So if you'd like to have one of these new old stocked originals, say you have a Trainer or a TR2 Cheetah Tiger, we've got a brochure for you. And then again, everything, all the instrumentation, control features, avionics you can upgrade to, more avionics, and then more miscellaneous. And then for estimating the cost of operation, there's the marketing of what they used to tell people. There you go. That would be the American Trainer. Of course, then we have the Cheetah Tiger. And this is from Western Aero in Everett. That would have been, you know who, Ken again. These are now trifold, so you have the first page talking about the Cheetah and the Tiger and what it includes for standard equipment. They talk about Narco, they talk about King, they have packages, they have Collins, miscellaneous, just like we've seen, and then all your instrumentation and general accessories. So not a bad handout for the day of thinking about buying an airplane. Let's take a break and go back to a small one. If you're going to be flying a Gulfstream American, this is right after the sale. That middle one looks like Rob Jones's airplane in Indianapolis. But again, tri-folded, Cheetah, Tiger, Cougar. Now, here's a little trick for you, ladies and gentlemen. I'll show it to you again in another piece of paper. You see the tail? You can look at the tail and tell that's a Cheetah because the line goes straight up. But at the Tiger, it goes up and then it swoops back. So from quite a distance, you can tell the difference between a Cheetah and a Tiger in the air. And then they talk about how fast they are, the Cougar, a little bit about the production line, and then a little bit more about thinking about all the stuff that they do. And again, this is Gulfstream American. Not to leave out the TCAT and the AA1C and the Lynx. Again, we're going to find a trifold with base prices. Pick your avionics. Do you want Narco? Do you want King? Do you want Collins? They would have that available. And then here's your upgrades to your instrumentation. and then your general accessories that you can buy, tow bar, what they weigh, and everything like that. Again, a good brochure for back in the day. And again, we have these in the company store. And then here's one for the TR2. You're kind of getting the idea now. This is just a bifold. Come back. And then we have one just for the Tiger in pink. And again, it's a bifold, showing you all the stuff you can have and your guide for estimating the cost. Good logo. Again, it's our Tiger. Sorry about that. Trainer again. Must have had a duplicate. And then for the original Yankees, if you wanted to buy a Yankee, well, choose your base color. Choose your trim and accents. Do your upholstery. How do you want your upholstery done? How do you want your airplanes painted? Notice it's the Link and the T-Cat, and they had different painting. The T-Cats always had a stripe, horizontal stripe on the tail, and the Lynxes looked like a tiger paint job on the tail. And since we're talking about that, the back is just, again, a logo in all blank. But if you look at, here we have a cheetah. Notice that line goes straight up the tail, but notice how the tigers go up and swoop at an angle. So they angle up and swoop, and the cheetahs are perfectly straight. So there's a little tip for impressing people. They'll think you have really good eyes. I used to, but mine are going south, my friends. And then again, for the Lynx and the T-Cat and the AA1C, here was a little brochure. I'll try to get the glare out of here in just a second. There we go. And then our model showing you how cool it is to be in an airplane, how the construction is a little bit different. What a great picture of an airplane right there in the middle. And then again, all your performance, and then you can join the force. Just send it in, and they will bombard you with marketing material. And then for the basic Yankee, this was just a single page handout. Two guys looking cool in a hangar in the 70s. And then on the back, how they would help you get it. And by the way, we actually have, stand by, dropping things. We actually have one of the Grumman-American kits. We bought it on eBay back in the 90s. And then they would help you teach to fly. They had videotape libraries. So they really wanted you, when you got a Yankee, to get your license and be a pilot and buy one of their airplanes. And then finally, something that I think that y'all would like from 1974. This is from Ken, one of his bumper stickers. This is the dealer conference, and it was in Cleveland, Ohio. There you go. And it talks about a lot of things about what they're going to do. But the fun part in here is when you get back here to the back, when they discuss the new marketing prices for the year. And as you can see, radios were packaged. I'm looking for the airplane parts because it was a really insane price, meaning insanely cheap back in the 70s. You know, like when you could buy a whole new wing, new old stock, made by the factory, put it on your airplane, and you'd be out $600-700. Those days are gone. Gone are the days of the $800 cents an inch propeller we used to be able to buy. That was, by the way, 1972. Here we go. I was just looking, these are all packages. I was looking for one of these that had the aircraft parts because that's when things get interesting. You know, avionics, this is all for their day. But like the external power receptacle, $70, add it to your airplane. The Omni Flash, it was $135. Oh no, I'm sorry, dealer price and then what you could sell it for, $135. So a lot of interesting stuff in here, and then they talked about what they can do for the insurance program. very thoughtful. And then again, here you go. What's the service life on parts and stuff like that and maintenance? And pretty good job of covering everything. You got to meet some of these people back in the day. So when you were a dealer and trying to function, you had a good network. And by the way, when I say I have plenty, here is a box filled with new old stock in that blue box. Right there is the pilot kit, and that's the cool thing, but we'll do that in another video. But anyway, we have lots of new old stock merchandise. Lily, is that zucchini tasty? She definitely likes the flavor.